I'll do that.
Oh, you're doing the clicking to read? Over to you guys. I'd like to introduce our amazing panel. Some faces you may know already. So Dr. John, Mike, and also Donna. So over to you, Justin.
Cool, thank you everyone. Good afternoon, my name's Justin. I'm here with my fellow colleagues of the Queensland Children's Hospital. Today we would like to have you imagine that you're the executive directors of our hospital and that we are here today to pitch a business case that will help improve patient outcomes whilst reducing the expenditure of our hospital. Oh gosh, wow. We know that our hospital's budgets are already stretched thin, and we know that our clinicians are also stretched thin. However, our ED presentations are continuing to rise, and we know that 1 in 10 of these presentations are linked to a medically unexplained symptom, i.e. we don't know what is wrong with the patients. These patients will continue to return to our emergency department, costing our health service upwards of $43 million annually. This is not to blame the doctors. The doctors aren't being provided with the information they need to make timely decisions that they're dealing with a medically unexplained case and put them on the high-value pathway they deserve. And this is exactly what Muster will aim to solve. Muster will be a clinical support tool that will sit alongside an emergency department and provide clinicians with early alerts to say that they may be dealing with a medically unexplained symptom case. Within this alert, it will contain a summarized information packet of the patient's previous clinical history and notes to provide doctors with efficient access to medical information and allow them to put the patients on the right high-value pathway earlier. With a 3-month MVP, with 3 developers and access to clinical resources to help validate and release the model, we believe that we can help reduce emergency department readmissions by up to 10%, whilst providing clinicians with valuable time back in their day to provide high-value care elsewhere, all whilst providing better patient outcomes. We believe that through this project that CHQ could become a global leader in medically unexplained symptoms, diagnosis, early detection and treatment. Thank you. Any questions?
Over to you, judges, if there's any questions for Justin.
Or the panel, anyone else? Yeah.
So would this require any TGA approval to be used in hospital?
We do not want it to be a decision-making tool, but yeah, or a diagnostic tool. We just want it to raise a flag that they may be dealing with a patient with prior history that could be linked to these kinds of cases, and let the clinician do all the decision-making, put them on the right pathway.
Yeah.
We won't be recommending any sort of pathway.
Yeah.
Just providing the information the clinician needs in time to make a decision.
An alert system in a sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
a lot of these are well-defined clinical pathways, and the data's somewhere, right? So it's like, how do we just put it all together?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you guys see the PowerPoint of me standing here, by the way?
Yeah, you did a really good job.
You blocked
That's my question about the data.
Yeah.
Where is it coming from and what sort of inquiries have you made to make sure that you can get access?
So it'll be like a quality improvement within the hospital that we work in ourselves, so we have access to that information as of tomorrow if we require, or work to give an approval.
And do you have the developers? Who's the developers?
Who's the developers? That's a good question. I think we would onboard an AI specialist within our health service, because we don't have one right now, but we have the data developers and people who have the ability to extract the information and provide it to the scientists, and then ultimately that's where the clinician also comes in to consult them with the necessary attributes for the model that make clinical sense. Yeah.
Excellent work, guys. Really,
Yeah,
really
we
good.
actually
I know
selected-
extremely far from only hours ago. So that's
Nice. I think you saved us. Yeah.
like seriously well done.
I was saying, you did really well with your presentation. It's always hard when you're coming up with a new idea and to present in front of a bunch of strangers and stuff. So I think
Cool.
But wait,
Well done.
sorry.
It's hot
who
in here,
pays? Who pays for it? How's it?
So the way we would do something like this normally in public health is that we would put a business case together to one of our executive leadership teams. They would essentially decide if we have the budgetary resourcing to pay for something like this.
Okay.
And it's kind of our job at the moment to put forward initiatives like this and say, from a cost recovery perspective, this actually is more expensive to not solve, if that makes
Okay,
sense.
okay, okay.
Hospitals
So
never
it's
have money,
implemented
but it's kind of
internally.
like
It would be
Implemented internally, but
yeah.
the other way is also teaming up with universities to get research grants and whatnot as well.
We get very creative.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
congratulations, you've already been selected for the 3-month internship
Ah.
to actually continue to work on this from November through to January.